So this video is going to be called "Let Me Show You How to Be Feminine." The world has come a long way. From my understanding, it's supposed to be billions of people out here, and an open mind or a closed mind, either or, it doesn't matter. It makes sense. But when I see women that try to embrace their femininity, I'm sure it's inspired by the fact that since a man views a woman as a detox, for her feminine energy under certain circumstances, I think that, I have to get out of my selfish desire of jealousy for manhood to really snap back into reality about the fact that I'm being viewed as a female. I think that, I don't even have masculine credentials. I mean, I play basketball, I enjoy stuff, but I don't, based off the fact that I like women and the fate of my life, I don't want to intimidate another woman. So it's not about lesbianism. It's about the fact that there are dysfunctional situations where men really are getting off on the fact that they feel like to that they're creating tension between two women, and they're basically, I think I have an inferiority complex to men. It's just several different weird situations that really don't matter. And I think that any woman, I think that is a line you don't cross. Like I said, before you interact with a male, you are a female first. And I think I've seen men and women establish bonds that I don't understand or that ain't got nothing to do with me. So it's just something that I'm, as an empath, just on the outside looking in. And I'm like, I cannot respect, the bond based off the fate of my life. And I'm like, I really don't understand it because I don't have that connection with men in such a romantic way and all that stuff. Like I say, it's just all about how you look at things. There are people that seem to have a street mentality and they really like have this Bunny and Clyde mentality. But I'm like, when you look at that movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it gives it a classy edge. I'm like, I actually, when it gets to grains of my emotions, women be running game. Like I said, by that I have men thinking that men really think that women are weak in a sense when it comes to certain things, but ain't nothing wrong with that because in actuality, if you love somebody, love is going to override any type of insecurity or thought. But like I said in the beginning of this video, I can show you how to be feminine. I've heard women say that. Most women, like I'm looking on TV right now. You probably can't hear it, but there's a woman that showed up on the news. I'm like, it's a lot of people that look masculine because of this, that, and the third. It's all about the area you live in. Some people classify masculine as being fat. Some people classify masculine as having a low tone voice. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how, perception, how you form those ideas. You know what I'm saying? I've got a lot of, things that I view as masculine. You know what I'm saying? I've been tamed a lot out here, and it's a lot of masculine identified women out here, and some women really think that they're feminine based off this, that, and third. Like I said, I grew up and I lost my virginity to a guy that speaks Geechee, and I don't appreciate it. And I'm like looking at some of these women are sounding like boys to me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen and heard women have tones of voices that aren't deep. Honestly, I'm a country bumpkin, so I pretty much, I don't know, I'm neutral. I always say that when I say it's like stuck in the middle, like cream between two cookies. So there are some people that have a masculine edge, and it, what I'm saying, it don't make sense. Like the Jasmine girl, I don't know who she was, but the way she come out is, what I'm saying, somebody might be agitated by the way I come out. I mean, I don't, like I said, I really put manhood on the pedestal. I really reject our womanhood for their malehood. I've been around people, like I've said, I'm an empath that where um, earpieces and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just being honest, I don't understand when people say you don't, it's a lot of crime going out here and none of us are exempt from it. And I don't care how good of a person you are, you will be victimized at some point in your life. If you choose to view yourself as a victim, I guess that's the thing. And like people, you got, I guess it's about figuring out if people are doing things from their heart or not. I don't really know if I'd be doing things from my heart or not because of, having common sense. But what I can say is I'm more passionate about manhood than people think. I actually, work places and I study men, and I'm like, man, he just comfortable with himself. He ain't, this, that, and the third. And that's why I wasn't receptive of a lot of women growing up because a lot of them was butch. I don't like butch women. You know what I'm saying? I had a naive perception about being a butch, and I think being a butch is somebody that wants to, have credentials for being masculine and aggressive. And I'm like, that's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to instill pain in somebody through force. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a guard, police guard or something. But I'm thinking, it just depends on who you are. Like I said, when it comes to the dynamic between women and men, I think if you are a hyper masculine man, meaning that not in a bad way, you play football or you really into athletics to where you really are wanting to be masculine enough to protect, I think you will do good with a woman that's butch and she'll submit to you and she'll still keep her femininity. I think that's when you can tell when somebody is a detox for somebody, right? Their voice usually, projects in a higher manner, and it's endorphins being released. That's what I have to look for. I have to look for an endorphin release, a person that has endorphin release. And I'm like, some people just be making me mad. I'm like, concepts like white supremacy. I'm like, oh, this white boy goddamn, taking pride in being white. Is he, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder if it just depends. Like I said, some people that I grew up around, these women, I can't appreciate a bush mentality for a detox. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up around certain men, and I'm like, a lot of men that in my life really don't really feel like they have more masculine credentials than women. And I'm like, that's why I feel like I'm experiencing the idea of chauvinism. And it might not just be out of my head. Like I say, I have nothing to do with other people's relationships, but I'm like, somebody, at some point when I just started having my own perception of things, I'm like, some of these people just don't even look right. You know what I'm saying? Shit, maybe I don't look right. Who goddamn knows? But like I said, I'm mocking pretty much everybody's personality. I be mocking. I'm sitting here looking at myself. I do the event video of me, like I'm mocking this person personality, that person personality, and I'm like, I'm really viewing Mexican people as a damn detox. Some of them. It just depends on how they come off. But I don't know. It just depends. Like I said, I've seen butch women that I grew up around really feel like somebody was like, well, like women that have masculine credentials. I share a bond with a man and he's a detox for me. I'm like, if a man could be a detox for me, that would be nice. But I meet certain men when they come up to the restaurant, I'm like, they seem nice. It just depends. Like I say, I've seen men that's absolutely, happy for no absolute reason, of certain skin complexions, and I'm like, it really is a detox for me. You know what I'm saying? Black people are not a detox for me for some awkward reason. And I'm like, well, bro, be like, why wouldn't you take pride in your own race? Because just literally, there is no black person that can detox me. And then there have been some certain women. I think that was my problem with certain women that I met. I'm like, I really don't feel detox by this girl doing this, because I'm like, in reality, if I was a man, I'd probably be a chauvinistic man. And I'm like, a lot of women are not receptive of the idea of chauvinism. I don't think a woman, like, you know what I'm saying, if you was a butch woman that like me, I don't think most women, say you ever see, I said that show Being Mary Jane, I was kind of like thinking about if I was a man, what kind of scenarios I'd be in, and I'm like, it's some crazy situations that you can be in as a male if you go around. You know what I'm saying? Shit can get crazy. And I'm like, it just, I don't know, man. It's a lot of masculine women out here, and I'm like, it just agitates me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a prideful man, or I'm saying I'm like a male. Um, I think maybe perhaps I was thinking from my point of view, I wonder does that make me chauvinistic? I'm like, I get agitated by women that I think are masculine. As a woman, I know it don't make no sense, but I do not like masculinity in a woman. It's toxic for me. If they look a certain way, they sound a certain way, especially ever meet a woman and she act like a boy, but he ain't one of them cool, laid back types. He one of them hyper aggressive, just got a personality, deep tone voice that agitates you. But everybody ain't like that. Everybody got their own perception. Like I said, I meet some men and I like the way they talk, and it's a detox for my brain. I'm like, you don't sound mean spirited or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You sound calm, cool, collected, boom, no matter, you know what I'm saying? No matter what. So, but yeah, I can I can show you how to be feminine. Some people do not possess the ability to have a certain tone about themselves because sometimes it is about your spirit, about your aura. I mean, perhaps you could talk somebody into this, that, and the third, but I don't think personally, like I said, I view myself as an in between person. I don't think I can be taught femininity because I've analyzed the women in my life and they're not feminine or masculine. It's more of a mind game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Sade acting a little feminine today. But in reality, I'm actually feeling like I'm rejecting certain people's personalities because of this, that, and the third. Like I said, I'm sitting here viewing women that are of my ethnic background or race as a different aura or tone or way of being than me. And I think it's weird. I think it's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen people, I said Mexican women, women that are mixed and stuff. I'm really viewing them as different from me. And then I'm like, I'll see them gain weight and I'm like, wow, they really want to look like this or look like that. But most people don't want to be objectified. Most people don't want to be this, that, and the third. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, like I say I fight the urge to really work out hard like I want to because I don't necessarily want to be a butch. I just want to be a small frame person, and I'm like it's gonna take me working out like a damn butch to get there. And I'm like I don't want to worry about how I look, but some kind of way I realize that actually plays a role in the way that people perceive you. I'm like if I build muscle and I tighten up a bit, people will think a certain way. But I'm like I'm looking at all these women at my job and they shapes, it still look like girls. Somebody in essence at some point I rejected femininity. So it's just an awkward experience for me as a woman. And I'm like, for a woman to be like, she can teach you how to be feminine. They'll say the role of a man is so cliche, and I'm like, I just really wish I was a man, because niggas would be sitting back like, yeah, I helped build this building. Now I'm finna get all my hoes to work together. Y'all gonna fight. Fuck what y'all gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They get to be disdainful. But some men aren't disdainful. Some men are just like, listen, I'm a male, and it just comes with the territory. I don't know why I be taking shit personally, but that's how I be looking at it. Like, damn, I'm controlling this bitch. I got this bitch fighting this bitch. And you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you talk to the man, he be like, I had nothing to do with that. I don't know why Shawty tripping on you. You know what I'm saying? It just about how you think, because you be seeing shit, you be like, damn, motherfucker really got motherfucker on lock. I'm like, damn, you really got that bitch on lock. She really fucking with you. It's like you just want the same loyalty from that woman that she has for that man. I'm like, I can't get the same loyalty because I'm like, damn, she really just like him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's why being a female is so hard, because I have to I have to figure out intellectual avenues to manipulate situations. And that's what I have to do. I gotta talk people out of looking at me. You know what I'm saying? on a low though, just being a woman. Because I'm like, when you an attractive guy, it's a certain attention you can get, and you can really use that to your advantage, whether or not you're conceited or not. It don't matter about being arrogant. It's about the fact that you may be a good natured person to a girl, and she really just choosing on you. And I'm like, I can appreciate a woman's appreciation for men. You know what I'm saying? But I really do depreciate womanhood for some men, and I'm like, it's an awkward experience. I'm like, it's not supposed to be like that, so that's gonna be my problem. Motherfucker gonna automatically just be like, you got a confidence problem, and I'm like, well, I actually view a woman as a detox too. She just have to look a certain way, and I'm like, it's beautiful how intellectualism works and how just naturally things work. I'm like, I actually, was saying that, well, if this girl wears this shirt like this and do this, that, and the third, I will be um turned on by the essence of her femininity, and it will be a detox for my brain. I've actually preserved moments of seeing people in a certain light, and I'm like, damn, that's really how I want you to actually feel detox. Don't say men don't think too hard about their womanhood. So when I was starting to do all the analyzing, men was like, okay, that girl really wants to be a man, but they ain't want to look at it like that. A lot of men are in it now, but it is a lot of women. You can tell I did too much analyzing. I'm like, man, I know what I look like. I know what it is, but in reality, I'm like, if you can tell, I can tell by the way I analyze women that I look at them in a certain way, and I'm like, if she was acting like this or she did this, it's going to pull stress off my brain. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't like boyish women. I'm talking about as far as just being intellect. It's I see a woman at a certain level of femininity. I remember a girl put on a button-up shirt with some heels that had a certain look, and I'm like, I really view that as detoxing. You know what I'm saying? My gay ass, but yeah, man. But I guess that's the thing about it. When you're dealing with a butch woman, she has a masculine side. So, there's a lot of men out here that can be victimized by womanhood too. Don't get that shit twisted. But, a lot of women, know what I'm saying? I met a girl that I was like looking at, I was like, if I was a man, I would view her as the perfect girl for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to be with a woman, and I'm like, yeah, I really look at you kind of like a dude a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, if I was a man, I would sit there and really, da 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 da. Like, but yeah, man, you gotta appreciate people. Like I said, I've seen old people and all that. And like, a lot of these people know what the fuck they're talking about. They know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Skilled worker, as far as these people are concerned, is what I'm trying to become. So yeah.